Dear students, welcome to my second class. So, in this lecture, I will discuss about the anti-diabetic agents, mode of actions, the side effects and care. So, these are the currently six classes of oral anti-diabetic drugs which are available. That may be biguanides, sulfonylurea, meglitinides, and these are the drugs which are given in the bracket, and these are the generic names, and actually these are the groups. So it means that metformin belong to biguanide, glimepiride belong to sulfonylureas, and ripaglinides it belong to meglitinides. So first of all, what is biguanides or metformin? So the fundamental mechanism of actions biguanide or metformin, so its pharmacological mechanism of action, they are different from other classes of oral anti-hyperglycemic agents. So metformin it decrease the hepatic glucose production, decrease the intestinal absorption of glucose, and improve the insulin sensitivity by increasing the peripheral glucose uptake and utilization. So it means that metformin, as we know that this is the drug which is used in the treatment of diabetes mellitus, especially anti-diabetic agent, and this anti-diabetic agent is responsible how to reduce the hepatic glucose productions. तो ये क्या करता है, ये असल में ग्लूकोज प्रोडक्शन को डिक्रीज करता है, हेपेटिक ग्लूकोज प्रोडक्शन को कम कर देता है, और इसके अलावा इट आल्सो डिक्रीज द इंटेस्टिनल एब्जॉर्प्शन, और इंटेस्टिनल एब्जॉर्प्शन को भी कम कर देता है, एंड इम्प्रूव द इंसुलिन सेंसिटिविटी बाय increasing the peripheral glucose uptake and utilization. So it means, let's suppose if you want to reduce your glucose concentration, so the ultimate goal is that we will target the areas that in order to decrease the concentration of the sugar in the blood. If more and more sugar they are excreted from the body, so automatically you can say the concentration of the glucose in the blood will be reduced. The clinical uses or indication of biguanides or metformin, as metformin is used with a proper diet and exercise program, possibly with other medication to control the high blood sugar. So it is used in a patient with type 2 diabetes. Biguanides or metformin also, they are also responsible for controlling the high blood glucose or sugar, help prevent to kidney damage, and they are also used in blindness and nerve problems, loss of limbs, and sexual functional problems. These are the indication or clinical uses. Now in which conditions these metformin they are contraindicated? So these are the conditions in which these metformins are contraindicated. So in case of hypersensitivity, this drug cannot be given. Let's suppose if a patient who is suffering from chronic heart failure, so especially NCHF, this drug cannot be administered to the patients, while in case of metabolic acidosis or without coma, it means that it cannot be given. Especially all these conditions they are strictly prohibited, and you can say the metformin they are also contraindicated in diabetic ketoacidosis, as well as severe renal disease and abnormal creatinine clearance resulting from the shock, and septicemia, and myocardial infarction and lactation. You know septicemia mean whenever there is toxin or bacteria that is present in the blood. Myocardial infarctions and lactation. So all these are the conditions. Let's suppose if the patients who is suffering from the above diseases, so this drug cannot be used. What are the side effects of metformin? The side effects of metformin is physical weakness, asthenia, there may be chances of diarrhea, gas, flatulence, and symptoms of weakness, muscle pain, myalgia, upper respiratory tract infection, low blood sugar, hypoglycemia, abdominal pain, GI complaints, lactic acidosis, rare and low blood level of vitamin B12. It should be noted that metformin, so they are available in tablet form in 100 milligrams, in 50 milligram, at 50 milligram, and 1000 mg, and then it can be used according to the condition of the patient. And this is the dose. Look at here, immediate release. Initial dose is 500 milligram orally twice a day or at 50 milligram orally once a day. The second one is dose titrations. So increase in 500 milligram increment weekly or at 50 milligram every 2 weeks as tolerated. Maintenance dose is 2000 mg per day in divided dose. The maximum dose is 2550 milligram per day. The second one is sulfonylurea. Sulfonylurea, this is another anti-diabetic drug. Sulfonylurea, this is the group, and glimepiride, this is the drug. This is the drug which belong to this category. Its main mechanism of action and mode of action is just like other anti-diabetic drug. The primary mechanism of action of glimepiride is lowering the blood glucose, appearing to be dependent on stimulating the release of insulin from functioning pancreatic beta cell. As I have already discussed, that the complication or the metabolic disorder, the problem is usually with pancreas. So first of all, you will have to treat the pancreas. And pancreas, there are alpha, beta and gamma cells. So alpha cell, they are responsible for the production of glucagon, and beta cell, they produce insulin. So the primary mechanism of action of glimepiride is to how to lower the blood glucose, appear dependent on the stimulating the release of insulin from functioning pancreatic beta cells. The clinical indications, so glimepirides are sulfonylurea, so they are used to treat high blood glucose, help preventing the kidney damage, blindness, nerve problems, loss of limbs, and sexual functional problem, as I have already mentioned in the previous one. Contraindication, so this drug cannot, sulfonylurea or glimepiride, it cannot be used in this condition. For example, whenever there is sulfonylurea hypersensitivity reaction, sulfonamide hypersensitivity, diabetic ketoacidosis, type 1 diabetes mellitus, whenever there is adrenal insufficiency or autonomic neuropathy, and as well as you can say hepatic, whenever there is some liver disease, hepatic disease, or renal kidney disease, or renal failure, renal impairment, or you can say thyroid disease, infection, surgery, and trauma. So all these are the conditions in which glimepiride, it cannot be used in such conditions. These are the side effects which are reported by if this drug is used, if sulfonylureas, these are the side effects of sulfonylureas. So there may be chances of low blood pressure, hypoglycemia, or symptoms may include trembling or shaking, nervousness or anxiety, irritability, sweating, dizziness, palpitations, intense hunger, fatigue or tiredness, headache, nausea, dizziness, weakness, unexplained weight gains. And now these are the dosage form and strength. It is available in tablet form, 1 milligram, 2 milligram, 4 milligram. And type 2 diabetes mellitus, the initial dose is 1 to 2 milligram for oral QM after breakfast or with first meal. It may be increased dose by 1 to 2 milligram every 1 to 2 weeks, not to be exceeded 8 milligram per day. So I mean, all these are the drugs which are used in the treatment of diabetes. So then it depends upon on the condition of the patient, that either the condition is either the patient has diabetes type 1 or diabetes type 2, then we can adjust the dose according to the condition of the patient. So the third one is meglitinides, repaglinides. So inshallah, in my third lecture, so inshallah I will highlight the meglitinides. Thank you so much for watching this lecture.